Hey, this is Rocket Brain Surgeon, and today we're looking at high altitude flying in one of my favorite planes, the Me-262. This is a Tier 8 German heavy fighter characterized by overwhelmingly awesome climb and wonderful frontal firepower. The downsides are that it does not turn anything, let's just put it that way. I start out the game, as I always do, trying to get as much altitude as possible before meeting an enemy. It's always advantageous to be above an enemy when you encounter them. Now here, look at my altitude. I'm 5,300 meters, and the plane moves like it's in something, like you're kind of moving through tar, and that's what happens when you get above the 5,000 meter mark. That's going to come into play more later. It's a game limitation, more or less. I'm not engaging right away simply because there weren't enough planes at my altitude. My opponent in his Me-262 flew to his death along the ground, and here you notice that I've accidentally gone above 5,000 meters. But we're above just a stream of enemies, and I pick out the highest altitude enemy I can, and that's another opposing 262, and I try to gun him down, but I'm just a little bit behind the target. Now, one of the things that a good player does is to switch targets. Don't get locked on to simply one target. The Me-410 right in front of me presents a very easy target. I don't have to even turn because he doesn't see me coming and he doesn't react fast enough before I just gun him down. After completing your attack run, you want to regain the altitude and reset the situation. There's an LA-7 who's trying to climb up after me, but realizes it's futile. Notice that I had my guns working even as I continued to turn. What happens is your plane will start turning, but your guns will still be on target. So the Me-262, you have to pull off really early, and notice that I nearly get a head-on collision there. The enemy 262 and I are now trying to outclimb each other, see who has the most energy, see who has the most boost left. We get into a scissors maneuver where we keep crossing paths head on. Now remember what I alluded to earlier about the ceiling at 5,000 feet? I curve just above that and I stop my climb. However, my opponent does not. And we're going to see firsthand here, he's definitely above the 5,000 meter mark. And look at, he can't react to my firing. So he got caught in the pudding, and I just gunned him down from out of nowhere. Notice just how high we are over everybody else. I'm practically in space compared to other people. The 262 just has that fantastic climb. So the big takeaways here are mostly situational awareness. You got to figure out when it's right to switch targets, and you have to be aware of your environment. That 5,000 meter ceiling can be a killer. Hope you enjoyed. Happy hunting.